Hey everybody, Billy back again. This is Give to Get. Today I wanted to record an episode about growth, about scaling. There's certainly a tie, in my opinion, between the level of organization that a small business has, and the growth or the ease in which an organization will grow intentionally. Suffice it to say, if you're disorganized, if you have a messy desk and a messy shop, a messy office, if you're not focused on personal or professional development, if you're not pouring into yourself or your team, if you're a disorganized organization, you, growth is going to be a challenge, right? I mean, you're going to have a hard time growing because there's not a lot of consistency in outcome. There's not a lot of focus on experience or value. And when you are organized, you know, being organized in and of itself, in my opinion, can lead to some pretty consistent growth. I mean, we've all walked into businesses and they're clean and they're kept and everyone looks, put together and they speak in a certain way. And you could just tell that this is a well-run establishment. This is a well-run practice. This is a well-run office. And those offices, practices, or businesses tend to deliver a consistent and value-based experience. And that experience over time will amount to favorable introductions, and you will inevitably grow. So if you asked me, said, "Hey, Billy, what's more important, getting organized or raising revenue?" Well, they're really hand in glove in my view. But I think both can be accomplished simultaneously. And never has there been a more clear path, again, in my opinion, to growth and sustained predictable growth than technology, specifically AI supported marketing automation and technology communication engines that we have here at GIVR, for example. So, we're going to talk about scaling. We're going to talk about growth. And you're going to hear a lot of reference to consistency in organization and development, because in my view, they're all part of the same process. So, the title of this episode is Scaling Your Business Should Be Clear. How to scale your business should be clear. Okay. And clear is an acronym. I love acronyms. And the C stands for communication. And you cannot grow without clear value-based communication. And communication, up until recently, has been a real challenge for a lot of small shops, whether you're a chiropractor or a solopreneur running a medical practice, or you're an attorney or an accountant, or even a home services tech. Keeping your communication on point, keeping an email and text drip going out over time, continually updating your community on your offerings, your advancements, your pricing, your value proposition. This tell more, sell more, it absolutely works. But if you talk to a small shop, if you talk to a solopreneur or even an entrepreneur with a small team, they will tell you that, kind of like cobbler shoes, it's the last thing that they focus on. It's one of those things that they know they need to do, but they just don't have the time for it. So it would amount to a huge benefit for your organization if you had your communication on point. And your communication could be as simple as a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly newsletter. It could be quarterly. You could have your monthly or seasonal offerings and specials communicated through email and text. You could have appointment reminders and confirmations and preparations for your appointments. Like if you're a chiropractor and you have a new patient coming in for an X-ray and a consult and an adjustment, being able to communicate to that patient up until the point of their appointment in a high value way to kind of, allay their fears or calm their nerves is going to way boost your show rates. I mean, you're not going to have so many cancellations because just the act of that communication shows that you have your stuff together, so to speak. And this goes for all businesses, local businesses specifically. But if you're a home services, professional services, healthcare, communication, specifically, if you can automate it and take it off your plate, is ideal. It shows a level of care for your customer, client, or patient. It's evident in how you write or your writing style. And never more than today can you leverage AI to create these communications and automate these reminders and really put yourself in a position to, at the very least, appear really organized. And you can do this literally with a click of a button. The AI will do it for you. We at GIVR will do it for you. But it's important that you understand why. The important part of this is to consistently deliver high value communication, whether it's in advance of a meeting, an appointment, or a booking, or whether it's in telling the community or your audience what's going on, what are the advancements, the innovations in the marketplace, what do you do unique, what do you do different or better than most. That's the kind of communication that we want to really focus on, and that's the C in scaling or growing your business should be clear. C stands for communication, and it's never been more important. It's never been easier than it is right now. It's really a decision that you make. Am I going to communicate? How do I want to communicate? Let's automate that communication. Let's engineer that communication through AI, whether that's chat or email or text. That's how you do that. That's the C in clear. The second L is leadership. Okay. We are all leaders. Okay. We are thought leaders. We are leaders in our community. We are entrepreneurs. We are professionals. Leadership today, best way to kind of define it so it's instantly understood, leadership is influence. Okay, your ability to get someone to do anything requires leadership, right? And leadership is not a title. It's not, you sign your check on the front, therefore you're a leader. You own the business. I'm an owner. I'm a leader. No, no. Leadership is the ability to influence others and, most importantly, influence behavior. And when you can influence behavior such that the behavior is in line with a consistent deliverable or a value proposition or a promise, then that influence is really, really important. Well, influence can also, amount to or equate to your content. We know what influencers are today. I mean, that's part of the American lexicon. An influencer is someone who goes on social media and says something, demonstrates something, wears something, uses something, and creates this viral storm where a lot of people want to learn more, do more, experience more as it relates to that individual's use or demonstration of or appearance to be using that product or service. So influence, again, is very important today. So how can you leverage leadership as a professional, as a HVAC tech, as a chiropractor, as a regenerative medical professional, as an attorney, an accountant? How do you demonstrate leadership? Well, you influence people. And how do you influence people? Well, you communicate. What do you communicate? Value. You communicate value. You show up to serve. You offer information in a way that people can make more intelligent and informed decisions. If they equate you with thought leadership, with an ability to teach, an ability to make something complex easily understood, and you can do this through your social content, then you will be the leader in your community. And that's why I absolutely love this business that we're in, because we help local service professionals, local professionals, whether it be healthcare, home services, or professional services, we help them to establish their thought leadership locally. And that allows them to become the celebrity chiro or the celebrity plastic surgeon or the celebrity attorney in their space. Not that they're ego driven, but just that they're known as the person that teaches and has answers and is credible, right? So think of leadership as influence. Think of influence as credibility, and you have to show up with a heart to serve. And we talk about this all the time. So if I believe it's true, and if you're going to believe that the effort to sustain growth in your business should be clear, then it's communication and leadership. Okay, and then E in clear, it's experience. And kind of dovetailing off of leadership and influence and teaching and serving is experience. You know, I've been in this business for over 16 years. I've been growing small business for over 16 years. I've been speaking and teaching and just falling in love with the marketing technology and innovations and advancements that have happened over the last 10 years. And I absolutely love it. So I can speak at length on marketing, on the buyer journey, the patient journey, patient experience, customer experience, client experience, customer satisfaction, communication, um, lead generation, nurturing. How do we instill in someone an eager wants? How do we understand the difference between awareness, interest, desire, and actions? What is the buyer journey of know, like, trust, try, buy, repeat, refer? This is all because of my experience. This is all because of my commitment to being a lifelong learner as it pertains to marketing, specifically digital marketing, and now AI and marketing automation, marketing technology, which I couldn't be more excited about where we are today. I mean, every day I wake up and get to my desk and work with the team, we're learning what's the latest advancement coming down the pike. I mean, it's AI is obviously it now. I actually created some content this morning where I was like, AI used to be the gym, and then it was the personal trainer. Well, now it's a pill you take and you look fantastic. And that's really how AI has come about. It started to support you. Then it was, a place where you could be better. Then it supported you, and now it'll do it for you. So, experience is your ability to demonstrate in the marketplace how long you've been doing and how much you've been exposed to the requisite skills to deliver as promised. Certainty and congruence. We've talked about this. Certainty. Do you believe in what you're doing? Congruence. Will you deliver as promised? Well, leadership and experience, influence and experience is really about that certainty and congruence. The certainty is your influence. Okay. People want to be around people that believe in what they're saying. That's certainty. Congruence is, do you deliver as promised? And the experience factor is where you deliver consistently as promised. And this is a real opportunity to leverage your social proof and to leverage your case studies and testimonials, because people want to see how consistently you deliver as promised. And it's much more compelling to hear that from your clients, customers, or patients than it is to hear it from me, say, about my marketing company. It just works better when our clients are doing the advocacy for us. So it is the way in which you want to grow your practice, your business, or your shop is clear: communication, leadership, experience. My favorite one, attitude. Attitude. Zig Ziglar is the one who said, it's your attitude, not your aptitude, which will dictate your altitude. Just showing up optimistic and positive and eager to learn and eager to serve, and believing that what you're doing is of value, and really enjoying the service element of the business that you're in, and loving and looking forward to the gratitude you receive when you deliver as promised consistently, as we've touched on. So, attitude, are you someone people want to be around, or are you someone people want to get away from? You change the energy when you enter a room. Does it change for the better, or does it change for the better when you leave? And these are things that you need to really be cognizant of, because your attitude about your industry, your attitude about your team, your attitude about the economy, your attitude about, whatever, is important. Your attitude, not your aptitude, dictates your altitude. How far can you go? Well, if you're going with others, which you likely are, your attitude combined with your influence is going to really build that leadership, right? So attitude is just showing up with a heart to serve. It's showing up with a smile on your face. It's having a kind word. It's being curious and kind and compassionate towards the needs and desires and fears of others, whether it be in your team or in your office, whether it be your employees or your coworkers, or whether it be your clients, customers, or patients. We have a responsibility to show our attitude towards compassion, our attitude towards kindness, our attitude towards curiosity. Do we seek first to understand in order to be understood? Is our agenda to serve others and to bring others to where they ultimately want to go, or is it more selfish and it's all based on revenue goals and growth goals and expansion and new locations? And that can be true, but I'm promising you, if you're trying to grow, you want to really focus on communication, leadership, experience, and attitude. Okay. Attitude is super important. Zig Ziglar said it, and I've said it again, which is your attitude, not your aptitude, controls your altitude. Attitude is the A in C.L.E.A.R. And then finally, The path, the secret, the exact manner in which you can consistently, predictably grow is clear. And it's communication, leadership, experience, attitude, and relationship. Okay. I have taught countless times, whether it be to clients in patient experience, customer experience, client experience trainings, whether it be through sales training, marketing training, internally or externally, whether it be speaking at various conferences and events and workshops and webinars. I have been saying since the early days, I'll be 50, coming up in February. So I've been doing this a while. But I've always said that the key to accomplishing anything is make a friend, make a deal. Okay. Your ability to foster and retain solid relationships is truly the grease under the skids that your business track rides on. Okay. So you want a well lubricated, well thought out, well understood relationship track to make sure that you get from where you are to where you ultimately want to be. The relationship is everything. No one's going to follow a leader who isn't kind, who doesn't know how to foster and nurture and sustain relationships, that doesn't seek to understand others, that isn't a servant leader, that isn't interested in the outcome or the results or the experience or the accomplishments or the gains of others. The bottom line is, if you're a self-centered, selfish, egomaniacal kind of solopreneur who struggles in relationships, I'm telling you, growth is going to be difficult. And you know what? You're probably disorganized too, because organization requires a respect or appreciation for yourself and others. Okay. So whether you're building a team, whether you're organizing your practice, your office, your restaurant, it doesn't matter. You have to understand and place high value on relationship. Okay. Your ability to show how much you care makes people eager to actually find out and learn what you know. We've heard the saying, no one cares what you know until they know that you care. So, this idea that relationship and focus on relationship and making friends and earning trust and being likable, it's not only part of the buyer or patient journey, know, like, trust, try, buy, repeat, refer. Know, like, trust. It's the first most major uh, portion or part of the buyer patient journey. It's where we go from that place of rest to actually moving forward, and that's the most difficult. From physics, we know that an object at rest tends to stay at rest. The only way we can get an object moving is through mass and force or acceleration. And when something is sedentary, meaning a new business relationship, a new client relationship, a new patient relationship, it's difficult to get it going because they don't know you. They don't necessarily like you or trust you. So you need to understand that the very first amount of mass that I need to put on this relationship in order to earn a client or a customer or a patient or a referral or an opportunity, an appointment, a booking, is I need people to know me. I need people to like me. I need people, most importantly, to trust me. And when they know, like, and trust me, they will say, you don't have to, they will say that they have an awesome relationship with you, with your office, with your practice, with your shop. So again, the path, the method, the secret to growth, predictable, sustainable growth in just about any business, but we're focusing on local businesses, personal and professional services, healthcare. It needs to be clear. Communication, leadership, experience, attitude, and relationship. If you remember these 5 keys and go back to this episode and rewind it, take notes, listen or watch it again, I think you'll find if you focus on these 5 things as you start to set goals. We're wrapping up as this is recorded. We're mid Q4 of 24, looking at Q1 of 25, and as you start to create growth goals, I want you to focus on these 5 things, and I want you to come back to this YouTube video. And by the way, if you're finding this valuable, please like, subscribe, share it with a friend. But remember that the way to grow is clear. communication, leadership, experience, attitude, and relationship. Once again, this has been Give to Get. I'm Billy Courtwright. I'll see you down the road.